Alright. Yeah, we good now. We good. We good. We good.
Yeah. Okay, so you're watching Strictly Basketball Podcast, episode 21. Got a special guest. Take it to where you from. I started basketball.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I'm Jaeoni Davis. I go by Jay. I play at Hostos Community College. I just graduated from there. What got me started into basketball? So it's a long story, but long story short, I basically started with soccer, and then I made the national team when I had moved down to Florida at like 15 years old, and I was playing with like 17-year-olds and stuff like that. I just had a change of heart. Basketball was always at the back of my mind. I played it recreationally. So then I just decided to make the switch. And, at the beginning, it was like the only sport that came difficult to me because I'm very athletic. So, like, I was always good at all types of sports. But, like, basketball had a lot of different mechanics that I like the challenge aspect of it. So I kind of fell in love with the challenge of it. It's kind of thrilling.
I ain't gonna that's dope. That's it.
Yeah.
So take me like, what was your first organized basketball team? Was it middle school or elementary school?
So my first organized basketball team, I would have to say, was my freshman year of high school, and it was on the school team in Florida. So I'm from the Bronx, New York. I just had moved out to go play my first 2 years of high school down in Palm Bay, Florida. So I was there for the first 2 years of high school, and I started my freshman year.
So when you play middle school, when you play modified since 7th, 8th grade.
Nah, I played soccer. I thought I was gonna be the next Alex Morgan, and
Oh,
then yeah.
so take me to like how was soccer for you? Was soccer was your first love before basketball? That was your first passion.
Yeah,
So now take
so
me to soccer.
I've been athletic my whole life. I actually started with dance. I went to a school here called Ballet Hispanico. Had a full scholarship there. I did hip hop, all that stuff. Then I had moved to North Carolina for a little bit, so they got a little bit more space. So I took in soccer because everybody plays soccer over there, like baseball and stuff like that. And so I just started doing soccer. I fell in love with it. I was able to play with the boys, which is like the best thing ever as a girl. Like you feel like you that girl when you playing with boys and you can hang with them. So I fell in love with the grind aspect of that. I was a little heavier set at the time. Like I'm skinny right now, but I was a little chunkier, and it was like the only sport that really accepted me at that point. Like played defender and stuff like that, and goalie and stuff. So I just started there, and I felt like that's where it started my whole mechanics with my footwork. Just the mentality to have that athletes are supposed to have, really. So I think soccer gave me the foundation to excel in basketball, really, especially with the footwork. Like, it's no joke.
So take me to like how that transition from like not playing middle school ball to play high school ball. I know you had to put in a lot of work. I know it was a lot of hard work. I know you got to persevere through a lot. Because playing basketball, playing sports, you got to persevere through a lot of things, like perseverance and everything in life and everything. So how was that for you? Like not playing
So
middle school ball at all, but
yeah.
playing freshman year, playing high school basketball.
Yeah, so it was tough. Like at first I didn't know like if I was good enough or not. And like I was just hoping to make like the JV team at least, and get minutes and stuff like that. And I worked out really hard. A lot of like coaches and stuff don't want to train older athletes that's never played before. So like a lot of the trainers would not like, cause they're like, yeah, 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 we'll train you, but they didn't wasn't really jacking that. So like after a while, I kind of just started, watching YouTube videos and training myself and doing stuff like that. And then it was all a confidence thing too. And me and
I have one question.
go ahead.
I have one question though. Like now, like me, like I started playing ball like my freshman year in high school. I've been playing basketball since I was 10, 11 years old, and I wasn't really that good starting off. Ain't no coaches they pick me. Playing basketball. Basketball is very political. It's politics in basketball. So like coaches just want to play that. A coach want to play coming in ready right away. But I'm not home. I'd rather kid I can work with. I can develop. Make sure this kid get better. Like I'm not picky. Like
Right,
there's a lot of coaches that want to play to come in ready.
right.
So how you feel about that? The political side of basketball.
So there's a lot of politics with every sport, and I've played a couple sports, and basketball is by far the most political I've played. Um, at the end of the day, everybody's like for themselves, and I think it's kind of selfish in a way because you want to uplift everybody and see everybody at their full potential. I've had very few coaches that wanted to see me at my full potential. Very few teammates. It just goes hand in hand with the adversity you face as an athlete, and if you really love what you're doing, that's what perseveres you through every all the adversity you face, especially with the politics. And you just gotta grind it out and know that, like, the only thing you can do is control what you can't control. If you can't control it, you cannot stress over it. You can only pray and get in the gym and get better. So that's just what I did throughout these years. And I got to give a huge shout out to the guy that actually started me, like, with my confidence in basketball and to go try out. Was when I was in North Carolina. I was going to a rec center for the summer camps and stuff like that. And that I used to play basketball recreationally, and he always, yeah. So he was Coach Vic, and we got the same last name, Vic Davis. He is Vic Davis Jr. and Vic Davis Sr., and they were counselors at the camp, and they basically, I would say, they the ones that got me into basketball. So all shouts out to them down in Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's dope. That's dope. So I'll take you to like now your joint skiing. I know you went to Scanlan. The Scanlan all 4 years.
Nah, I went the last 2 years of high school, and I graduated 2021. So, like, during COVID, um, I chose Scanlan because I was like, I'm coming back home, and I had never played basketball here when I was home. I was doing dance and soccer, so, like, it was kind of to make a name for myself in the basketball community. I didn't know anybody in the basketball community like that, and it's kind of odd because everybody here hoops. So it's like nobody really knew who I was other than the people that I was surrounded with myself that wasn't in basketball prior to me leaving. So I was like, I need to go to a high school that's going to put me in a position to network and know a lot of people and go to a good high school. And I got in contact with Coach Rose over at Millbank. He does the men's squad. Yeah, so Coach Rose, yeah, he put me in a contact with a couple of schools in the Catholic League. He was talked to Bishop Laughlin for me. Yeah, he talked to Lehigh for me and Scanlan. And I was just like, Scanlan is home in the Bronx, and I saw the Jordan sponsor. I seen Kateri Pool, stuff like that. So I was just like, let me slide. So I went. I tried out. I made vars when I got there, and I played vars both years, and it was a great experience for me. It got cut a little short because of COVID, but we still grinding.
So take it to your junior. So how did you play a junior? Like, how was the outcome for you?
So at Yeah. So at Scanlan, I came in late. I came in my junior year. So, they already had their little, select starting players or whatever. I tried to take advantage of all the minutes I got, but I knew that I wasn't where I needed to be in order to, play the most minutes that I needed to play. So I was always working out and stuff like that. Um, Recruiting was kind of tough because out of high school, with the COVID stuff, we didn't have a senior year and stuff like that. So my coaches were kind of like, I don't want to speak on nobody, but I'm just saying, like, I was neglected in a sense just because, I was graduating in COVID. So then I kind of had to do everything by myself going into college. So
Who was the coach? Who was your
so my first so my first year at Scanlan, my junior year, was Coach Tom. He ends up leaving, and then our assistant coach, Coach Mercedes, stepped up and became our head coach.
So, how was it for you going into your senior year? Like, how was your recruiting process as far as colleges? So speak on that, your recruiting process. Like, did any colleges come in?
Yeah, so with us not playing senior year and that being like a highly like recruiting period for when you in high school, I was only getting like JUCO calls. So I got basically every JUCO in the tri-state was looking at me. You got Sullivan. I was at ASA my first year, was a D1 JUCO.
I went to ASA too. I went there as well. But they go to accreditation.
Yeah, so I went there my first year because they was a D1 JUCO. I had Monroe the D1. I had Monroe the D3. I had basically every JUCO that you could imagine in this whole area was recruiting me. When I went to ASA my first year, I thought I was going to spend both years there, but they kind of with the accreditation and stuff, so I ended up leaving, going to Midland College in Texas, which is a high D1 JUCO that could have got me a good look. but I got injured back to back, and I was out for like 2 3 months. So I just didn't think it was the right fit for me, because if you're getting injured back to back, then clearly it wasn't meant for you. So that's when I decided to come back home and go to hostos, and they've been recruiting me since high school. But I was like, nah, I don't want to stay home. I don't want to stay home. But who knew the whole time, just to get a chip and an MVP, I had to stay home and grind it out. So
So let's see, make sure that like your skin.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
How that transition for you? How was that transition leaving from Scanlan going into hostos?
So transitioning from like Scanlan to hostos was not too hard. It probably would have been better if I did it right out of high school instead of trying to go out of state the first time. But it was not too difficult, because I think Scanlan workouts really prepare you for college in a sense, because like they're very intense. Even though the gym is kind of smaller than a college gym, we do work out a
No, I've
lot.
been to Scanlan. I've been to Scanlan the gym before.
Yeah, it's real small. It's real small. I thought it was big when I was in high school. I thought it was. I was like, oh, yeah,
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's not that big. That's a fact.
yeah. So, but yeah, so like, and we did track workouts and stuff like that. I think they're getting more advanced now with it. Like they're doing like all types of crazy stuff. And I be seeing, I be like, yeah, they working, they working. But we was definitely out there working in the trenches. We was in Pelham Bay Park working out in the track in the heat, dying. I still got videos of me laid out. Like I remember.
I was getting it out the mud. I was getting
Yeah,
it
we
out the mud.
was. I'm not gonna lie, we was.
So like, speak on like I was the freshman year hostos. I know you was Cuny player of the week, Cuny player of the year, right? At hostos.
Yeah, yeah. So I only did 1 year at hostos, which was this previous year, my sophomore year. When I first started, I really was still not trying to go to hostos, but I was like, just like, it was like at the literally last minute. I was like, okay, let me go to hostos. Enrolled in classes, with all the credits from all the other schools. Had to get my transcripts from the government because ASA shut down. Like it was a whole mess with that. Um,
There's a lot of transits. I'm at my real express right now.
yeah, so I had to get all of that situated, get my FAFSA situated. Because they don't really pay. They don't have sports scholarships like the D1 JUCOs have. They are D3, but they're a well-known D3. So I was like, hopefully the FAFSA and stuff and whatever I got to do, scholarships and whatever. So I got a couple scholarships and blah blah blah. And then when we started the season, I was doing real well, but I had a little bit of a sense of urgency. Like I felt like this was my last chance to get my D1 or D2 look. So like anytime we lost, I really took it to heart, because I'm like, this is me not getting my offer. You know what I mean? Instead of like taking the L as a lesson. So I feel like throughout the season I was able to really test myself and how to transfer my energy in a better way. Even though I've always been like a very good high energy person, I just feel like throughout the season I was able to make it better and transfer it better to my teammates, and I feel like I became like a really good, a real better teammate than I was prior to going to hostos, despite all the adversity we had outside of us and within us, quite honestly, because I mean, we didn't all get along all the time, like, but like I was able to make sure that like, okay, you know what, we gotta win the chip, like let's grind it out. You feel me? Yeah.
I'm like, so how was that for you when the QB chip at hostos? Speaking on that, how was that experience? How was that
Yo,
moment for you?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've never won like no championship in like basketball. So that was like the first, like never even in the summer, and I had played in the summer prior to that. And I've never won nothing in basketball, like no like championship. Like I've won like maybe like a district thing. I won a district championship in Florida, but I didn't really play like that because I was like a freshman, sophomore, sitting the bench on vars, and so I was like, so for me to be involved and contributed to this championship was insane. And then after all the weeks of after 30 ball, 25 ball back to back, I never got Cuny player of the week. So when they came out and said I was, yeah, when they came out, yeah, and then when they came out and said, yeah, they came out and said I'm MVP and I'm the Cuny student athlete of the year, I was like, Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow, all the work I put in is finally, showing. Like, for one, like, I was like, yeah, now we about to grind for real, because, like, it's showing. You just got to keep going and keep going and keep going, and it's going to show.
Shout out to all those to be college coaches. Shout out to his team and shout out to
For
those
sure.
coaches.
All the coaching staff, Coach Poole, Shaw, Bryce, Mel, Dirty Work. You got everybody, the whole coaching staff. God bless them. They're great role models, great father figures. I've never had any father figures, so they were great father figures to me and the rest of us who don't have fathers either. So I just shout out to them.
Shout
Blessing
out
from
to
God. Like, yeah,
shout out to all those coaches. Shout out to all of them.
facts.
So so let's get into some basketball topics now. So how do you feel about the WNBA? I find the
Um,
WNBA is in good hands with Caitlin Clark, Eva Reese. So how do you feel about the WNBA?
I'm loving it because, like, I didn't grow up watching, like, basketball for real, because I started late. But, like, when I did start getting into basketball, I was super huge on women's because I was like, we don't get paid enough. We don't nothing. Like, I just never saw it. It was never broadcasted. So, like, to see, like, all the stuff, like, start in college at that, it didn't start in the WNBA. It started with the college girls going into the WNBA. So it's like, that could be me. You never know. Like, it was like so inspirational to me. Like, even though I might be very close in age and similar to age, or some of them might be younger than me, it's still inspiring to learn from people from any age. I take certain, some of my idols are younger than me because they playing at UConn, or they just, they playing in some of them are in high school, and they got like a bunch of different, and it's like inspiring just to see certain people go through certain stuff that either you went through or maybe worse or better. You never know. So it's just like inspiring to see like the female, athletes just rise and get better, because that just means the future for me and people after me is going to be great. Like, what more can I ask for?
I say, guess who you remind me of?
Who?
Skylar Diggins.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
Skylar Diggins. I
goat.
like Skylar.
Yeah, she's a goat.
Skylar Diggins a bucket.
Yeah, she's a
I like
goat.
Skylar Diggins. She's a goat.
She's very tough.
Yeah, I like Angel Wilson. So I feel like the WNBA is definitely elevated. Definitely progress in the WNBA is good hands right now. So what WNBA players motivated you? Like any NBA players, WNBA players that you was influenced by that motivated you?
Yeah, so my all-time favorite in the NBA is Kyrie. I just model my game
I
after him.
remember my favorite player, so yeah, we got Simon Coleman.
Yeah, that, like, just everything he does, and just even off the court, like, he just gives a great aura. So, like, I just model him a lot. Very inspirational. On the women's side is actually Zaya Cook for me, and she just got in the WNBA. But I've been watching her since high school when she had that jelly layup crazy stuff going on. That was when I first started playing basketball, and I've been following her ever since. And I really model like everything after her. And being a short, combo guard, you gotta, and I'm a great shooter. It's just, I'm a little on the shorter end, so I gotta play the PG too. So now I do a little bit of both, but super inspirational, the both of them. You got some of your vets. You got like Larry Bird and all them stuff. So even Stephon Marbury, I was watching his story the other day. His story was
Like
crazy.
like Angel Wilson. Angel Wilson, she's
Yeah,
tough.
she's tough
She's
too.
tough.
She's
She's
very
so
tough.
tough, Angel Wilson. I ain't gonna lie, she a bucket. She's definitely a bucket.
Yes, Arike Gumbawale, she's tough. Like, there's a bunch of, it's just so many, like, so many people that was, behind me and in my present right now to model. Like, it's like, how can I not be great if I'm really studying game?
Yeah, definitely. So what's next for you now in basketball? What you got coming up for the next upcoming season? So what's next for you in basketball?
Yeah, so I'm about to transfer to a 4 year. I'm not gonna speak on it too soon, or as to what school, but I'm definitely talking to a few schools right now, and I'm be making a decision very very soon, and y'all gonna like it. I'm telling you. So
So what's next for you for the summer? Got any upcoming tournaments? Any upcoming games for the summer? Just checking out the school starts or next for you for the summer?
yeah, so well, this coming weekend I have a games every weekend. Dykeman, Watson, the typical outdoor. with NYC Streetball. I've been playing in those for the past couple of years now in the Pro Unlimited, like maybe like 2 3 years. So um, those are pretty good. This is my first year playing in Hoops in the Sun. I love it. I got Dykeman tomorrow, a rescheduled game, and then this coming week, I'm getting. Talk to me. Oh yeah, at 11. It's early. It's rescheduled. Yeah, it's rescheduled. It's a rescheduled game. Yeah, 11 a.m. tomorrow.
I'll be there. So like I appreciate you. So if I should that as that's basically some people follow you out on social media and things like that where they can find you.
You broke up a little bit. Say that again.
So basically tell people where they can follow you on social media.
I still can't. Say that one more time. Hold on. Let me lower my volume.
So basically tell where they can follow you on social media.
Oh, okay. Yeah, on the gram it's NYC underscore JAE underscore. Same thing on TikTok, Twitter. That's the same thing you're gonna find me.
I appreciate you.
Of course.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you for having me.
Definitely. So he's watching strictly basketball podcast or something on my special guest.
You already know the vibes. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. So we good? We good? I can stop it now? Alright.